I love performing. I love the history. I love the culture. I love being able to provide entertainment for somebody on a dance floor. So I kind of started DJing again towards the tail end of COVID, and I just fell back in love with it in a new way. And it saved my life financially, mentally. And I just went for it. So the last couple of years I went for it. I realized like I had these summits of greatness where I would play for a crowd of 2,000 people. And it was the best feeling. It's like a drug. It's addicting. And you have those summits and you don't really know at the time that they're not false summits, but they're just a roller coaster. And you go, I'm stoked in this moment. How can I get more of that? Nowadays, the way that dance culture works and the DJ scene in general, it's pretty saturated because there's a lot of DJs, a lot of competition, and that's great for the industry. But it makes it hard to grow in your specific network. And what I started seeing, most DJs who kind of take off, they have their own songs, they have their own music.
Right.
So that kind of spearheaded me to asking a lot of friends who have been very supportive. Shout out to all of them who've helped me come to this realization is like, if you really want to grow and you want to continue to have those moments, you need to start making music. And so I've always loved music. I've always loved making it. I was in a couple bands as a kid, and my mind is filled with songs. It's filled with stuff that I want to express in the world, but I was limited by the Ableton Live program because I didn't know how to use it very well. So I saw this program in Berlin, actually looked at a couple others. There's some in Mexico City. If you go to the Ableton website, there's a whole list of certified teachers.
Oh, sick.
So for me, I saw Berlin. I saw the course. It was a 6-week course and it was very affordable. And Berlin, as you probably know, is the mecca of dance music as far as techno is concerned. And there's a huge history there. So for me, I thought, you know what? This course is affordable. I've never been to Berlin. I love Europe. When else in my life am I going to take this chance to go invest in myself and figure this program out? And so I booked the ticket and then I started looking at housing and all that. And I purchased the course and I was like, I'm going to do it. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to make it happen. Everyone's like, what about your apartment? What about your job? This and that. I was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, who cares?
January, February is traditionally slow in our industry. And so I said, I'm going to take that time to invest in myself. I'm going to go on an adventure and take this course. And so that was my calling.
Yeah.
I heard Berlin. It was like on my mind for a lot. And Thomas Campbell, The Hero's Journey, that was my call. I was like, I want to go do this. I want to figure this out. And that's how that idea was kind of sparked going back.
And that's awesome. So that course, when you pay for the course, and then you have to find out, like you have to figure it out your flight, your housing, and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool because it's kind of like you're going on a trip.
Yeah, and that was part of the challenges. To be honest, you get the course, but I think for anybody listening, if you have something you want to do, buy the ticket to that thing first.
Yeah,
and then start getting all the other peripheral details down after. It took me a month to figure out how to get housing in Berlin because there was Airbnb type situations, but the deposit was 3 times the amount of the monthly rent. So you would be out X amount, whereas I finally found a spot. Sure, the price point might have been a little bit higher, but there was no security deposit and it was in a great spot.
Oh, Airbnb puts a security deposit sometimes?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, they have one there called Wunderflats. It's very similar to Airbnb. And Airbnb is not huge out there. It was at one point, but I think there had been some complications.
I was telling me that.
With locals. Yeah. So there you could find a couple, but even then it's not guaranteed to be something that you might like. I went through this company and this spot I stayed at, great reviews. Everyone there said it's a great location. It's very close to all of the clubs and all of the good food and all that. And the public transportation out there is insane. Yeah. So you can get anywhere. For a month, for 58 euros, you can get on trolleys, trains, underground.
Really, just kind of pay like a monthly fee.
Yeah, it's called a Deutschland card, and you just you're just walking down the street, trolley comes on, you just hop on, and it's an honor system, which is interesting. So they do have people that work there, and occasionally they'll ask you for your ticket, but
you don't have to like beep anything in, scan nothing.
Yeah,
you just walk on like, Just
Yeah.
faith of good people.
Exactly. Goodwill. Yeah. So,
Damn.
once I figured that out, you know, I got the flights. I think you and I have traveled so much with One World and American that from World Surf League, like I
Yeah.
had so many miles accumulated that I said, I'm going to use these miles to go to
Yeah.
Berlin on a cheap ticket. So you get the class ticket, you get the apartment, you get the flight, and then you work out the other details from there.
Yeah, that's amazing. You were there for a whole 6 weeks by yourself, didn't know anyone. That must have been awesome.
Yeah, I was
Did
there.
you have roommates?
No, luckily I had my own flat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was there for 2 months. I started in London, went to one of my favorite record labels' New Year's Day party. I was there for 2 nights, and I went to Amsterdam, which a
We
place
should
that
have
you
been.
and I have been wanting to go for a long, long time.
Yeah.
We just couldn't make it happen, but I strongly suggest you go there. It was really
I have
cool.
to go.
Yeah, it's a very like accessible city, very cool. And yeah, from there I hopped on the train to Berlin, and the course started the following day. And the course for me was great because it gave me some discipline in my week, stuff to do, things to focus on, a little bit of homework, and really gave me that time to sit inside because it was freezing,
Right.
but work on this music, work on things that I wanted to perfect. So I started remaking all of my favorite songs, trying to do my own renditions of that.
Yeah.
And as I started to kind of do that, I started getting much more familiar with the program itself.
That's cool because you did 6 weeks full on every day. That's all you worked on. Was there like day offs, or it was just like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or was it like every day?
I took throughout some weeks, I would take a day off or so just to, because I didn't want to burn myself out
Yeah.
with just so much dance music, and you can hear so many kick drums and snares and so much that I would give myself some breaks. But I will tell you this, I started reading this book. It's called The Artist's Way. I don't know if you've heard of it, but part of it is daily journaling. That's your morning pages. And the other part is called an artist date. And that means you take yourself out into a museum, or you
That's cool.
go to a movie, or you do a sound bath, or something you love to kind of nourish that part of yourself. And so that book was really helpful in me writing my thoughts on the paper, and also taking myself out and treating myself to like a nice night of pizza or a museum or something. So it was a grind. I would work a lot on it, but I would give myself the freedom like 1 or 2 days out of the week to just say, hey, we're just going to chill today. It's cold outside. Let's just chill and watch a movie.